Hello, my name is David Turner of ARR Spend Management Solutions, and today I'm here to talk to you about successful electronic reverse auctions. What is an e-auction? Well, an e-auction is an internet-based activity which is used to negotiate prices for purchasing or sale of direct materials, capital or services. These can be either private with few bidders or open with little or no restriction. And basically it's a tool which replaces conventional methods of paper tendering or face-to-face negotiation. Well, how does it work? Well, suppliers log onto a website via a password protected access screen, and then they go in and place multiple bids for the same product during the event, decrementing bidding down against other bidders. The identities of those other bidders are usually hidden or kept secret, although the position or ranking during the event will be shown to actually create the dynamic of the actual event. It's also worth remembering that e-auction is independent of other e-procurement activity such as electronic. When to e-auction? Well, when there are many qualified suppliers. If the product is a commodity product, if there's excess capacity in the market, if the buyer's business is large to suppliers, and if price is a key determinant. However, there are now tools on the market which allow other selection criteria to be included, such as on-time delivery, supplier performance, and perhaps even customer service. When not to e-auction? Well, if there are few qualified suppliers, if the product is highly specialized, if the buyer's business is small to suppliers, or if there's little or no excess capacity in the market. A word of warning, however, not everything is suitable for e-auction. They are very useful tools, but they are not suitable for every good and service that we may possibly buy. Tips for a successful event. Preparation is key. First of all, you need the right products. Remember, not everything can be e-auctioned. You need the right suppliers, which should be pre-qualified. Documentation should be clear, and ensure that contingency is in place if the technology fails. If you're starting on e-auctions, keep them simple initially. Keep your number of items low. Keep your suppliers informed and make sure that they are very well trained in the use of the technology. If you're working across different time zones, ensure that you have the correct timing, time of day, and the day of the week. Remember, your suppliers are crucial to the process and must understand it. Ensure that you explain how to use the technology, train the suppliers in the use of the technology, ask for feedback after the event. What did the suppliers think of the e-auction? How did they find the technology? Was it easy to use? How good was your training? These are the questions that you need to get answers to. Ethics. Remember, suppliers will initially be suspicious, especially if they've not participated in such an event, so therefore do not misuse the technology. Make sure that your suppliers are trained and prepared. Perhaps run a mock event in advance of the real event to actually build confidence in the use of the tool. And remember, follow up with your suppliers that were unsuccessful to get their feedback. Their feedback is as important as those that were successful in winning your business. During the event, you may come across different strategies, especially for those suppliers that have participated prior to this in other events. Look out for suppliers leaving it until the last minute to actually open up the bidding, and where they bid extremely aggressively to frighten off the competition. Typically, the duration of the event is around about 30 minutes, and these could run to 1 to 2 hours dependent upon bid extensions, and usually allow about 5 minutes for each particular bid extension from the last bid. Also, make sure that you've got the ability to take proxy bids, i.e. bids over the phone, just in case the technology fails, albeit it's very unlikely with the present technology that's out. Ensure you provide clear documentation in advance of the actual event. Ensure that you provide the supplier with clear instructions on how to use the tool. and that you provide constructive feedback to unsuccessful suppliers, and as well as feedback to those that you put the appropriate contract in place with. Finally, if all parties are prepared and trained to participate effectively, then all participants will reap the benefits that eAuctions can and do bring. Remember, if all participating suppliers are well prepared and equally trained, it will create a competitive environment and successful event. So good luck, enjoy the eAuction technology that's out there, and if you require more information, please contact me at www.spendsolutions.co.uk. Many thanks indeed.